How do you categorize a world of suffering? One without safety nets, unforgiving of a mother's pain. That's the face of Somalia right now. So distorted by conflict, climate change, and poverty that it wins the top spot on an emergency watch list, ranking countries most likely to slip further into crisis. David Miliband is the president of the International Rescue Committee.
It's based on 67 different data sources, as well as information from our 220 field offices across war zones and conflict zones around the world. And for Somalia, it is the epitome of the triple crisis.
Somalia's latest drought has now lasted more than 2 years, driving 1 million people from their homes in search of food and water, leaving dead crops and livestock behind them. We met Iman Hussein Hassan last month, the day he and his family finally made it to a camp for the displaced. Before, if there was a drought one year, there was rain the next, he says. This one is like no other. An ongoing armed Islamist insurgency makes it hard for people to move freely and for aid agencies to operate. This week, the UN repeated warnings that Somalia risks sliding into famine.
If assistance is not scaled up, famine is expected to occur between April and June next year.
The latest data shows 1.8 million children already suffering from acute malnutrition. Somalia, of course, isn't alone in its pain.
We've gone from 80 million in humanitarian need 8 years ago to 340 million today. And the gap between need and provision is growing. We need to tackle this problem at its roots.
There are 20 countries on the group's emergency watch list, from Afghanistan to Ukraine, a country Somalia used to rely on for wheat. Margaret Evans, CBC News, London.